Hi everyone. In previous classes, we have discussed about electric field intensity due to finite line charge and infinite line charge. In one of the cases, electric field finite line charge or infinite line charge is arranged lying on the z-axis. In that case, the electric field intensity is calculated on the y-axis at a distance small r meters or small y meters from the line charge. And another case, the finite line charge or infinite line charge is placed along the x-axis. In that case, the electric field intensity is calculated on the z-axis at a distance small d meters from the origin. In this video, we are going to discuss about the concept of electric field intensity due to finite line charge and infinite line charge. In this video, in this example, the finite line charge is placed along the x-axis and the electric field intensity is calculated in the plane at point P at a distance h meters from the line charge in the plane. What is the difference between previous examples and in this example? In previous classes, in previous example, the electric field intensity is calculated on the axis, that is x-axis or y-axis or z-axis. Now here in this video, in this example, the electric field intensity is calculated in the plane. That is the difference between previous examples and this example. Now coming to the example, electric field due to a straight charged wire or uniformly charged wire at a linear charge density of rho suffix L coulombs per meter or lambda coulombs per meter length to find the electric field intensity at any point P as shown in figure. So this is the given figure. In this given figure, this is x-axis and this is y-axis and this is the origin. And the uniformly charged wire or charged line is placed along the x-axis and the point P is placed in the plane. So find out the electric field intensity at a point P at a distance small h meters from the line charge. So that is the given data. Now coming to the solution. So till now this is the given data. Up to now this is the given data. The x-axis and y-axis and origin. And the line charge, finite line charge is placed on the x-axis and the length of the line charge is capital L meters. And this line charge carries positive charge density, that is rho L coulombs per meter or lambda coulombs per meter. Find out the electric field intensity at a point P at a distance small h meter from the line charge. Consider a small elementary length dl on the finite line charge. That finite elementary length is placed at a distance small x meters from the origin. Consider a small elementary length. This is the small elementary length dl. Now here the elementary length is placed on the x-axis. Because of that, the elementary length dl is equal to dx. That elementary length dl or dx is placed at a distance small x from the origin. From origin to the point P, what is the point P? Point P is the perpendicular distance of point P from the line charge. That point P is placed in the plane and the distance from the origin is L1 meters and the length of the line charge is capital L meters. So this distance is x from elementary length to the point P. From origin to this point the distance is L1 meters and elementary length to this point the distance is L1 minus x. And after that draw the vector line from elementary length to the points. It's make an angle theta and this distance is smaller meters. Elementary length to the point P, the distance is smaller meters. And draw the vector line from one end of the line charge to the point P, it's make an angle alpha 1, and similarly draw the vector line from another end of the line charge to the point P, it's make an angle alpha 2. This line charge consists of, there are two ends, and this is one end of the line charge and this is another end of the line charge, and draw the vector line from this end of the line charge to the point P and this end of the line charge to the point P, and this end of the line charge point P make an angle alpha 1 and this end of the line charge make an angle alpha 2. So what is this total angle? And this total angle is 180 degrees. This total angle is 180 degrees. This total angle is 180 degrees. So this angle is alpha 2. And what is this angle? Beta. Beta is equal to 180 minus alpha 2. So this angle is alpha 2 and this total angle is 180 degrees, and this angle is beta, and beta is equal to 180 minus alpha 2. At that point P, calculate the electric field intensity at that point P, and Dex is the electric field intensity component along x-axis direction, and Dy is the electric field intensity component along y-axis direction, and De is the resultant electric field intensity. Calculate the electric field intensity at point P. Okay, so this angle is theta and this angle is same. So from this figure, calculate the cos theta and sin theta. And what is this distance dx? The dx is along x-axis direction, and this dy along y-axis direction, and this is the resultant field dE, and this is parallel to and this is parallel to y-axis. Because of that, this is dE, and this is parallel to x-axis. Because of that, this is dEx. So from this figure, what is the cos theta? Cos theta is equal to adjacent side by hypotenuse. Cos theta is equal to adjacent side by hypotenuse. What is adjacent side? dEx. And what is the hypotenuse? dE. Cos theta is equal to adjacent side by hypotenuse, dEx by dE, and sin theta is equal opposite side by hypotenuse, that is, what is opposite side? dEy by dE, that is the sin theta value from this figure. So calculate the electric field intensity at a point at a distance small h meter from the finite line charge. So this matter already explained from the diagram. So what is the elementary charge? The elementary charge dq is equal rho l into dl. What is the dl? dl is the elementary length. Now here the elementary length is placed on the x-axis. Because of that, dl is equal to dx. Therefore, dq is equal rho l into dx. Let d be dE is the differential electric field intensity due to the charge element rho L into dx, charge element rho L into dx. It has the component dEx along x-axis direction and it has the component dEy along y-axis direction. So that is dEx is equal dE into cos theta and dEy is equal dE into sin theta. So from the figure cos theta and sin theta values already calculated. So from that expression the component along x-axis direction and the component along the y-axis direction is this. This is the component along x-axis direction and this is the component along y-axis direction. Next, calculate the electric field intensity at a point P due to the differential charge dq. So therefore, the differential electric field intensity at a point P due to the differential charge dq is dE is equal dq by 4 pi epsilon naught r square. dq by 4 pi epsilon naught r square. Now here what is the elementary charge dq? The elementary charge dq is equal rho L into dx. Substitute dq value into here, we get dE is equal rho L dx by 4 pi epsilon naught r square. But we know that what is the electric field intensity component along x-axis direction? dEx is equal to dE cos theta. And substitute dE value into here, we get dEx is equal d. What is the dE value? Rho L dx by 4 pi epsilon naught r square into cos theta. That is considered as the equation 1. From the figure, tan theta is equal opposite side by adjacent side. So from this figure, so now here from this figure, here to here what is the distance? Here to here the distance is L1 minus x, and here to here what is the distance? The distance is small r meter, and here to here what is the distance? H meters. And this distance is r, and this distance is L1 minus x, and this distance is h meters. So from this figure, tan theta is equal opposite side by adjacent side. What is the opposite side? H is the opposite side, and what is the adjacent side? L1 minus x. Tan theta is equal to h by L1 minus x. So tan theta is equal to h by L1 minus x. So cot theta is equal to 1 by tan theta. So we have L1 minus x by h. So L1 minus x is equal h cot theta, differentiating with respect to theta, and L1 is the constant. Derivative of x is dx minus dx into cot theta. Derivative is cosecant square theta d theta. So therefore minus dx is equal minus h cosecant square theta d theta. On both sides negative sign is cancelled. We get dx is equal h cosecant square theta d theta. And the same figure from that figure, sin theta is equal to opposite side by hypotenuse. And this is the figure. And from the figure, and from part of the figure, and what is this distance? This is L1 minus x, and this is point P. And what is this distance? Small h meter, and this is the elementary length. Okay, from elementary length to the point P, from elementary length to the point P, and this is small r, and this angle is theta. So this is the part of the figure, and this is the elementary length dl, and this is the point p. Okay, so from this figure, what is the sine theta? Sine theta is equal to opposite side by hypotenuse, and cosecant theta is equal to r by h, and take the cross multiplication, r is equal to h cosecant theta. And from the same figure, cos theta is equal adjacent side by hypotenuse, and substitute smaller and substitute smaller and dx values into this equation. Substitute dx and smaller values into equation 1. We get dx is equal rho l, dx is h cosecant square theta, dx is equal rho l h cosecant square theta d theta by 4 pi epsilon naught. What is smaller? H cosecant theta into cos theta. So numerator and denominator cosecant square theta and 1 h is cancelled, and the remaining expression dx is equal rho l cos theta by 4 pi epsilon naught h into d theta. So this is the magnitude of the electric field intensity along x-axis direction, and calculate the total electric field intensity Ex along x-axis direction, integrating this equation with respect to x, respect to theta along over entire length of the wire, Therefore, the x direction of the electric field intensity due to the whole length of the charged wire is Ex is equal integral dEx, and total wire of the length, and one end of the wire angle is alpha 1, and another end of the angle is wire is alpha 2. So over entire length of the wire. So one end of the line angle is alpha 1, and another end of the wire angle is alpha 2. So that is beta or beta 1. Therefore Ex is equal integral theta is equal to alpha 1 to beta 1 dEx, and substitute dEx value into here, substitute dEx value into this expression, we get Ex is equal to integral theta is equal to alpha 1 to pi minus alpha 2 dEx is rho l cos theta by 4 pi epsilon naught h into d theta. Integrating with respect to theta, remaining factors are constant that are written before integration. Rho l by 4 pi epsilon naught h into integral theta is equal to alpha 1 to pi minus alpha 2 cos theta d theta. Integral cos theta is sin theta over alpha 1 to pi minus alpha 2, and substitute the upper value of theta and the lower value of theta, we get Ex is equal rho l by 4 pi epsilon naught h sin of pi minus alpha 2 minus sin of alpha 1. Sin of pi minus alpha 2 is sin alpha 2, we get rho L by 4 pi epsilon h sin alpha 2 minus sin alpha 1. So this is the component of the electric field intensity along x direction. The value of the electric field intensity at a point P due to the line charge. Electric field intensity at point P due to the finite line charge. Similarly, calculate the value of the electric field intensity at a point P due to the line charge along y-axis direction. Similarly, so along the y-axis direction, what is the component? Dy is equal to dE into sin theta. So already dE value is calculated. Rho L into dy. Rho L into 4 pi epsilon naught r square into sin theta. So therefore, along the y component, y-axis direction, Ey is equal lambda by cos 4 pi epsilon naught h into cos alpha 1 plus cos alpha 2. Similarly, the electric field intensity on the perpendicular bisector. On the perpendicular bisector means the point P is located on the y-axis. The point P is located on the y-axis. That is the meaning of the perpendicular bisector. So this perpendicular bisector case is already calculated electric field intensity in previous classes. Now here, from the above expression, so using the perpendicular bisector, alpha 1 and alpha 2 is equal to alpha. And this end of the line charge to the point P, that angle is alpha 1, and this end of the angle to the point P, that making an angle is alpha 2. Now here the perpendicular bisector case. So because of that, the angle alpha 1 is equal to alpha 2 is equal to alpha. In the above expression means this expression. Substitute alpha 1 is equal to alpha 2, we get the electric field intensity perpendicular bisector case. We get the value of the electric field intensity on the perpendicular bisector case. In this case, there is no electric field intensity along x-axis direction. The electric field intensity is calculated on the y-axis. So only y components are considered. So along the x-axis direction, there is no electric field intensity. So because of that, along the x-axis direction, there is no electric field intensity. Now here the finite line charge is arranged on x-axis. Because of that, along x-axis direction, there is no electric field intensity. The electric field intensity exists only on perpendicular to the line charge. So only y components are considered. Therefore, first case, alpha 1 is equal to alpha 1 is equal to alpha 2 is equal to alpha. Along the y-axis direction expression, substitute alpha is equal to alpha 1 and alpha 2 is equal to alpha. We get electric field intensity Y is equal lambda by 4 pi epsilon naught h into cos alpha plus cos alpha 2 cos alpha. Therefore, lambda by 2 epsilon naught h cos alpha. In vector form, the value of the electric field intensity is E bar is equal lambda cos alpha by 2 pi epsilon naught h into A n bar, where A n bar is the unit vector at the point P directed perpendicular to the wire. And the second case, we consider the infinitely long straight conductor that angle alpha is equal to 0 degrees. In the above expression, substitute alpha is equal to 0 degrees. We get the electric field intensity due to infinitely long straight wire. So therefore, that infinitely long straight wire E bar is equal lambda by 2 pi epsilon naught h into A n bar. Substitute alpha is equal to 0 degrees in this equation. Cos 0 degrees 1. So we get remaining expression is E bar is equal lambda by 2 pi epsilon naught h into A n bar.